Good morning. Buenos dias. And welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Church of San Antonio. Our weekly worship is where we connect, share information, and inspiration. My name is Maggie Joseph. I joined this church in July of 1973. It's a long time ago. Pretty much ever since then, I've been active in one way or another, even going so far as to become on the board and a president for a while. So right now, I'm mainly involved with the worship committee, where I am co-chair, and the inclusion team, which is a group that is trying to figure out ways to boost belonging, a feeling of belonging amongst us. Our faith is all-inclusive, and all means all. We strive to enact a universal love that binds us in mutual care and affection, especially in our work for justice for our planet and all its people. We recognize that San Antonio is located in the homeland of the Cualtecan people, Yanaguana. 200 tribes, bands, and clans are documented in historical records dating back 8,000 years. Their descendants are knowledge keepers of this area. Including them in decisions about this land and its people will benefit us all. If you are new to us or visiting for the first time today, we welcome you to fill out a visitor's card, and we'd like to get to know you and follow up with you. Wherever you are on your life's journey, we hope you will find your place with us.
Good morning. I want to take a moment and ask our visitors to stand so we can see them. I see you. Awesome. And I want to invite the community to take a moment to greet one another and extend to each other the right hand of fellowship. Well, good morning again. I'm Xolani Kacela, or XK. I want to model some change. Last week we talked about change and what is rising inside of you as a form of honoring Resurrection Sunday. So you have been calling me Dr. XK. I'm going to invite you now to drop the doctor and just call me XK or Xolani. Does that work? All right. I also want to invite you to say hello to my lovely wife, Tamara, here. She's in red. For our opening words today, we have an excerpt from the poem Planetarium by the poet Adrienne Rich, written in 1968. In this poem, a woman astronomer's discoveries illuminate larger truths about knowledge and potential. A woman in the shape of a monster in the shape of a woman. The skies are full of them. A woman in the snow among the clocks and instruments, or measuring the ground in the poles. In her 98 years to discover 8 comets. She whom the moon ruled like us. Levitating into the night sky, riding the polished lenses. I am bombarded, yet I stand. I have been standing all my life in the direct path of a battery of signals. The most accurately transmitted, most untranslatable language in the universe. I am a galactic cloud, so deep, so involuted, that a light wave could take 15 years to travel through me, and has taken. I am an instrument in the shape of a woman trying to translate pulsations into images for the relief of the body and the reconstruction of the mind. This morning we light our chalice in recognition of all discoveries we humans make traveling through space and time. I'm going to invite Sylvia to light the chalice. Thank you. Our opening hymn is number 17, Every Night and Every Morn, with lyrics by William Blake. I invite you to rise in body and or spirit.
Each Sunday as we greet one another so that we might know who is journeying with us. Please take this wait a minute, we did that. I'm sorry. We are called as Unitarian Universalists to build the beloved community where all are welcome as blessings. Let us recite our covenant that articulates our promises and binds us together. Please read together. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other. El amor es la doctrina de esta iglesia. Su sacramento es la búsqueda de la verdad. Y su oración es el servicio. Convivir en paz, buscar sabiduría en libertad, dar a la humanidad nuestro servicio fraternal para que todas las almas crezcan en armonía con la divinidad. Así pactamos el uno con el otro.
for our stone ceremony. I'm thinking today to invite you to consider what stones might you be carrying with you that are weighing you down or creating a sense of burden in your life. And I'll give you a personal example from my life. Last year, I procrastinated and didn't do my taxes on time. I actually filed an extension, which gives you, 6 months to file them back in I think you filed them in October. Even though I filed the extension, it was hardly a day that went by that I wasn't thinking about those doggone taxes. And I got them done on time according to the extension. This year I said, I'm not going to go through that again. And I got them done. And I feel so much lighter. So I invite you to think of things that may be weighing you down, stones that you probably could release and get rid of, perhaps a invitation to forgiveness to someone, perhaps something you've been procrastinating about, maybe a relationship that is not going as well as you would like it to do, or perhaps some habits that you've been fretting about. So I invite you to come forward for this moment of personal and individual reflection and spend some time with yourself. Please come forward. Before I read the entries to our community book of life, for a little lightness, I'm glad that the Golden State Warriors won last night and that Shedeur Sanders finally got drafted yesterday. Those of you who are in the sports world know those are big deals. We have several entries. First of is Hugo Murillo is celebrating his 11th birthday on Friday. Happy birthday, Hugo. Hugo is now a tween in between 10 and teenagers years. So it's gonna be a tough 3 years for Hugo. Tough 2 years. Excited to welcome our new members today and celebrate at the new member reception after the service in the choir room. Jaime writes that a dear friend of hers, who's a member of the UU Church in Houston, is suffering as her son is in the ICU in Austin after sustaining a C5, C6 spinal cord injury from a dirt bike accident. Please hold Nancy, Robert, and their son Dylan in your hearts. For Jean, who passed away this morning in Ohio. And Jody writes, please make a plan to vote for our new mayor of San Antonio in 8 years. On Saturday, Bill Pridgens celebrated his 83rd birthday. Happy birthday, Bill. We're grateful for the LDC committee, or LDC's committee fair after the service today on the patio, so please stop by for that. And we're pleased to see Catherine Severance in the service today. Hello, Catherine. I invite Claudia Glass to come forward now for our new member ceremony.
Good morning. I'm excited to be up here. Today, we welcome our new members into full fellowship with the congregation at First UU of San Antonio. We want you to feel more and more at home here, gaining an ever deeper sense of belonging. The membership committee I've been a privilege to work with, Shami Onholt, Betty Bergner, Tracy Naus, Catherine Pers, Misty Rogers, and myself have been honored to work with you and are always available. Today, we reach forward with hands of welcome to embrace those who have newly joined our church, and at the same time, we reach back into the past to honor those who came before us. Those who have given so much so that we may be here today. I invite the new members to come forward as I say your name. Barb Dougherty, David Fegans, Nate Larson, Anae Reyes, Joel Nelson and their son Gavin, Janet Robinson, Rebecca and Mark Rockymore, Judy Rowland, Jeannie Strauss, Stephanie and Jason Younce and their daughter Adeline, Natalie Sunday, Graham Nestler and Sarah Walsh, some of our new members could not attend today. Malin Miller, Becca and Francisco Murillo, and Turtle Nieves. They will be honored at the September new member ceremony. Oh, they're here. Yay. And we're also in September planning to honor those who joined during COVID and did not get to have a new member ceremony. Carol? Carol next? Okay.
We have some words for our congregational president to read. Ms. Carol Birch.
We at First Unitarian Church of San Antonio welcome you as new members of our community this morning. You have come to worship, play, work, and grow among us. Ours is a free fellowship. We have no creeds. You are free to bring your ideas and beliefs to this church to share with others. I invite you to join with us in the religious search for meaning and purpose in life, informed by our individual beliefs and the traditions of Unitarian Universalism.
You have already signed our membership book. This morning, I invite you to celebrate that commitment in worship. In this gathering, we lift up our voices in shared song. We bring ourselves before the holy in silence and in speech. We search together for meaning and truth in life, and we share the joys and sorrows of our lives with one another. Joining the First Unitarian Church of San Antonio means being a part of this gathered community, speaking out on the future of our congregation, offering and receiving the gifts of the Spirit, supporting others and being supported in return. If you would join us in this mission and work, say, I will. I have a part for our DLRE too.
Some of our new members also bring children into our community. I ask all the children of the fellowship to rise in body or spirit. So if you're in the, there we go. Please welcome these children into your fellowship of play, growth, learning, and love. If you will do this, say loud and clear, we will.
Will the members of the congregation rise in body or spirit and read the words on the screen? They're also printed in your orders of service. Or you can recite after me. We receive you with open hands and hearts.
We receive you with open hands and hearts.
As you join us, we once again renew our own commitment. To this religious community. We are proud and happy to have you among us. And to the new members, I say, it is not by chance that you have arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself. Inside of you, there is a yearning, a calling, a hope for more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring. Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilling a belief in a shared purpose, a common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share. And so, you began seeking a beloved community, a people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arms open to possibilities of love, a heart home to nourish your soul and share your gifts. Welcome home. Welcome to worship. Now I invite you all to please applaud our new members as they take their seats. Following the service, new members, please come back to the chancel for a photo op and assign the First Unitarian membership book. And we also have a gift for each of you in the choir room. The reception is in the choir room.
And it is that time, my favorite time of the week. My name is Tim Versteeg. I am the Director of Lifespan Religious Education at our church, and it is time for Story Wisdom. And they never leave me a space to sit. You have to come back up here, Hugo. It's so hard. Being 11 is so hard. Oh my goodness.
And I have to be here every Sunday for the story.
There you go. Well, we're glad everybody is here. So today we're talking about poetry as spiritual practice. And once you guys go to the playground, there's going to be a lot of poems read during the service, and they have some very important messages. But you know what? Spiritual practice isn't just about dry, important messages. Sometimes it can be fun. Sometimes it can be funny. And in fact, there is a Buddhist practice of laughing meditation. So today, I thought instead of trying to find some great poems with great meaning, we're going to read some fun poems from a Canadian poet named Dennis Lee. And the first one we're going to read is called Alligator Pie. Alligator pie, alligator pie. If I don't get some, I think I'm going to cry. Give away the green grass. There's no pictures anyway, really. There's just one. Give away the green grass, give away the sky, but don't give away my alligator pie. Alligator stew. Ew. Alligator stew. If I don't get some, I don't know what I'll do. Give away my furry hat, give away my shoe, but don't give away my alligator stew. Alligator soup. Alligator soup. If I don't get some, I think I'm gonna droop. Give away my hockey stick, give away my hoop, but don't give away my alligator soup. Now in Canada, we don't actually eat alligators, but I've seen that some places have them down here. Now, I'm going to read another one that has some funny names of places in Canada. And it's a bit of a tongue twister. Someday I'll go to Winnipeg, the Winnipeg leg pig. But will a peg leg winner win the piglet's ill-got wig? Someday I'll go to Ottawa to eat a wall-eyed eel. But on a wall-eyed eater pot an eel that isn't peeled. Someday I'll go to Nipigon to nip a goonie loon, but will a goonie nipper loose his loony nipping spoon? And here's one called Kashi or Chicoutimi. If I lived in Temagami, Temiskaming, Kanagami, or Lynx or Michipipokan Sound, I wouldn't stir the whole year round. Unless I went to spend the day at Bach or Nottawasaga Bay or Missinaba, Moosonee, or Kashi or Chicoutimi. Those are all places from where I'm from. And finally, we're going to read one called The Hockey Game, which is based on a poem by A.A. Milne, but a Canadian version. Squirm was a worm with a terrible temper. Wee was a flea with a big bad roar. X was an elephant who couldn't keep his laces tied. And George was a bit of a bore. Squirm played hockey with a great big toothpick. Wee played hockey with her friends and her foes. X played hockey, but he couldn't keep his laces tied, and George just played with his toes. Squirm threw a body check and sent X flying. Wee shot the puck, and he knocked X flat. X cried the tears that were bigger than piano stools, and George floated around in a hat. Now Squirm is a worm with a very soggy temper, and Wee is a flea with a waterlogged roar. X is an elephant who wonders where his skates went. And George is rather wet. George is very wet. George is awful wet once more. And with that, we're going to end our poetry part of the service, and you folks are welcome to go to the playground. Parents, if you didn't get to sign into the playground sheet because somebody forgot to put it out, it is back there now, so please, if you would sign your kids in, that would be great. Thank you.
Well, happy Fiesta, everyone. Tamara and I went to a Taste of New Orleans on Friday, and I almost got some alligator. Opted for a crawfish instead, but I have had alligator at the Texas State Fair, and it's awesome, pretty good. Well, today we're having a poetry fiesta. The poems that I selected for today's service explore three themes united by love, our guiding principle: unique identities, marginalized experiences, and neurodivergence, which refers to the different ways that our brains are wired. I believe we have something for everyone in these works. Sometimes poetry is difficult to understand, but hopefully not today. Early in my life, I wondered why poets make their work so hard. And I recall selecting a Shakespeare sonnet when I was in the 5th grade for my English class, but I was feeling so shy, I never told my teacher that I brought it to school that day, and hence it was not read. That was eons ago. So for today's service, I invited Patrick Greene, the facilitator of the Seekers Group, to help find readers for these works today. And as you'll experience, he did a magnificent job finding voices that will bring these poems to life. I want to introduce our readers to you. Kathy Coronado has been a member for almost 3 years, along with her husband, Jim. In addition to the Seekers, she participates in the Social Justice Committee and serves as a greeter. Kathy feels at home here and appreciates the friendships that continue to develop. David Fegans is a high school math teacher interested in pursuing a career in medical physics. Outside of science and math, he enjoys working with interfaith communities, practicing mindfulness, and writing poetry. He is a new member and is excited to get involved. Natalie Sunday is also a new member who lives in Bernie. Originally from Wisconsin, she has enjoyed Texas hospitality and warm winters for over 40 years. Natalie joined the church today with her daughter Stephanie Yance, son-in-law Jason Yance, and granddaughters Ella and Adeline. Natalie is a retired school librarian, and she enjoys traveling, reading, and supporting social justice causes. So now, let the words of the poets wash over you, speaking to both our differences and our common ground.
American Arithmetic by Natalie Diaz, written 2019. A powerful examination of Native American erasure through stark numerical reality. Native Americans make up less than 1% of the population of America, 0.8% of 100%. O mine efficient country. I do not remember the days before America. I do not remember the days when we were all here. Police kill Native Americans more than any other race. Race is a funny word. Race implies someone will win, implies I have as good a chance of winning as. Who wins the race, which isn't a race? Native Americans make up 1.9% of all police killings, higher than any race, and we exist as 0.8% of all Americans. Sometimes race means run. We are not good at math. Can you blame us? We've had an American education. We are Americans, and we are less than 1% of Americans. We do a better job of dying by police than we do existing. When we are dying, who should we call? The police? Or our senator? Please, someone, call my mother. In arithmetic and in America, divisibility has rules. Divide without remainder. At the National Museum of the American Indian, 68% of the collection is from the US. I am doing my best to not become a museum of myself. I'm doing my best to breathe in and breathe out. I am begging, let me be lonely, but not invisible. But in this American city, with all its people, I am Native American, less than one, less than whole. I am less than myself, only a fraction of a body. Let's say I'm only a hand. And when I slip it beneath the shirt of my lover, I disappear completely. It was American arithmetic. On Marriage by Khalil Gibran, written 1923. Partners should give space for individuality within loving commitment. Then Almitra spoke again and said, "And what of marriage, Master?" And he answered, saying, "You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your ashes. Aye, you shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together, and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone, even as the strings of the lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, for only the hand of life can contain your hearts. And stand together, yet not too near together, for the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow. On marriage. Kindness by Naomi Shahib Nye, written 1991. Understanding compassion requires knowing knowing both loss and deep connection. Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment, like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand what you counted and carefully saved, all this must go so you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride, thinking the bus will never stop. The passengers eating maize and chicken will stare out the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. You must see how this could be you, how he too was someone who journeyed through the night with plans and the simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to mail letters and purchase bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for," and then goes with you everywhere like a shadow or a friend. Kindness.
Working in the Rain by Robert Morgan, written in 1995. Finding dignity and meaning in difficult labor despite harsh conditions. My father loved me more than anything to work outside in wet weather. Beginning at daylight, he'd go out in dripping brush to mow or pull weeds for hogs and chickens. First, his shoulders got damp, and the drops from his hat ran down his back. When even his armpits were soaked, he came in to dry out by the fire, making coffee, read a little. But if the rain continued, he'd soon be restless and go out to sharpen tools in the shed or carry wood from the pile. Then open up a puddle to the drain, working by steps back into the downpour. I thought he sought the privacy of rain, the one time no one was likely to be out, and he was left to the intimacy of drops touching every leaf and tree in the woods, and the easy mutterings of drip and runoff, the shine of pools behind grass dams. He could not resist the long ritual, the companionship and freedom of falling weather, or even the cold, drenching, the heavy soak and chill of clothes, and sobbing of fingers, and sacrifice of shoes that earned a baking by the fire, and washed fatigue after the wandering and loneliness in the country of rain. Working in the Rain by Robert Morgan. Won't You Celebrate With Me by Lucille Clifton, 1993. Black woman's triumphant self-creation despite systemic obstacles deserves celebration. Won't you celebrate with me what I have shaped into, a kind of life? I had no model. Born in Babylon, born not white and woman, What did I see to be except myself? I made it up. Here on this bridge between starshine and clay. My one hand holding tight my other hand. Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed.
Majestic, disabled, queer, people of color elders instruct how to dance in the struggle by Naomi Ortiz, 2022. This poem celebrates the wisdom and resilience of disabled, queer, people of color elders, emphasizing the importance of joy and movement, even amidst struggle. Drag that chair out to the dance floor. Find your own damn beat. The one that brings chin, shoulders, hips, wrists alive. With palms open, grasp air abundant from sky. Pull down into lungs. Embrace. Sit, sway, take a minute before arms emboldened cross to caress chest, spirit, soul. Girl, you can't pound the floor with clenched jaw. You gotta open that mouth to sing, to determine the taste, to chew up and spit out. Digest truth through body to soil. It all goes back to the soil. Pause in the middle of everything, rest. Then return fist to center, rib cage, breasts. Twirl heart knead between fingers. Wrist rotate to catch the stem. Pull it towards light, and with a swing, thrust, release. That was Majestic, Disabled, Queer, People of Color Elders Instruct How to Dance in the Struggle. OCD by Neil Hilborn, excerpted. This poem is a poignant depiction of living with obsessive-compulsive disorder and the impact it has on personal relationships. The first time I saw her, everything in my head went quiet. When you have obsessive-compulsive disorder, you don't really get quiet moments. But when I saw her, the only thing I could think about was the hairpin curve of her lips or the eyelash on her cheek. On our first date, I spent more time organizing my meal by color than I did eating it or talking to her. When we moved in together, she said she felt safe, like no one would ever rob us because I definitely locked the door 18 times. Then, last week, she started sleeping at her mother's place. She told me that she shouldn't have let me get so attached to her, that this whole thing was a mistake. But how can it be a mistake that I don't have to wash my hands after I touch her? Love is not a mistake, and it's killing me that she can run away from this and I just can't. I want to wake up every morning thinking about the way she holds her steering wheel, how she turns shower knobs like she's opening a safe, how she blows out candles. Now, I just think about who else is kissing her. I can't breathe because he only kisses her once. He doesn't care if it's perfect. That was OCD.
Let's give our poet readers some love for those excellent readings. For today's offering, I offer you this poem, When Giving is All We Have, by Alberto Rios, written in 2014. We give because somebody gave to us. We give because nobody gave to us. We give because giving has changed us. We give because giving could have changed us. We have been better for it. We have been wounded by it. Giving has many faces. It is loud and quiet, big though small, diamond in wood nails. Its story is old, the plot worn, and the pages too. But we read this book anyway, over and again. Giving is, first and every time, hand to hand. Mine to yours, yours to mine. You gave me blue, I gave you yellow. Together we are simple green. You gave me what you did not have. I gave you what I had to give. Together, we made something greater from the difference. I invite the ushers to come and receive this morning's offering. We give thanks for all that you give that makes something greater from the difference. Amen. Thank you. Our closing hymn is number 60, In Time of Silver Rain, with the lyrics by the poet Langston Hughes. I invite you to rise in body and our spirit. Our closing words are excerpted from The Summer Day by the poet Mary Oliver, written in 1990. Here, the poet's attention to nature's details leads to profound life questions. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? The grasshopper, I mean the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? My friends, keep your heads up and your hearts open. Go and bless the world with the peace and the poetry of your life. Amen. May go in peace. Don't forget the reception.